So we have seen that an example like under Six Sigma, each and every group of company, they will have by their own companies or by their own kind of products. And these products, what they will do is, each and every product related will have one observer will be called as a vice president. So they will be called as a working president of the particular product. Now here the important task is three products, three vice presidents. Can we manage three business with the help of the two vice presidents? Can we manage three business with the help of one working president? It will manage when you are a qualified person of the Six Sigma belt. So once you got Six Sigma master belt, which means at a time you will be able to manage by 3 or 4 projects. If a person is having a black belt in his hand, he can able to manage 2 projects at a time. Green belt means he can happily to manage 1 project. At the same time, he can manage 2 projects also in that caliber they are having. So these all the things will be come across only by experience. In simple, Six Sigma black belt means the person is having more than 40-50 years of experience. 40-50 years of experience. At that time, he will be handled by 2 different worlds. Iron related business he will handle, opposite. Plastic business also he will handle. Even if you inform to him, I'm going to start a new business which is focusing on electrical or any kind of electronics or some other software industry, will you be able to manage it? Yes. Because these kind of people, they are having a vast span of experience for working in different projects. So Six Sigma also was saying the same thing. When you are actively participating in multiple projects, and then definitely your work will be recognized, and as well as you will be awarded by giving a certification. Six Sigma so and so belt, whether green, black or master belt. When you have Six Sigma master belt in your hand, when you go for any company interview, they will have a strong belief on that you are a potential candidate. I cannot able to treat you with a regular kind of person. So I need to give you more salary, more importance, at the same time important tasks only I can able to assign to you. So this is the beauty of the Six Sigma master belt. But anyway, here the concept also, the Six Sigma was introduced, or simply you can say like, who is the father of Six Sigma? He is Mr. Bill Smith. Father of Six Sigma is Bill Smith. So he is the person only talking about, we need to show that the difference between a regular person or who is having ordinary experience versus real-time experience. Even if you go for any IT industry as a job or an employee, I have seen many of them. They will come up with a fake experience. So if they will complete their course, like BE, CSE or IT or something else, and they will attend for the interview, they will say like, I have 1 year experience or 2 years of experience. Just like a fake experience. This is commonly known by everyone. But when you are attending for the interview, how effectively you are answering those questions. Based on that, they will have a trust on your certificates. Certain people, what they will do? They will go for the background verification. Really, whether this company was existed or not, whether really you are working with that company or not, whether you create any fake certificate like salary or expense or all these things, every time the company will spend money for to know about whether you are a genuine candidate or not. So Six Sigma, and Bill Smith also was saying, I don't want to adjudicate by ordinary experience versus extraordinary experience. Both are experiencing. But how you will say like you are a having a qualitative experience. For example, you are completed your BTech in Wales University. Somebody was completed their BTech at IIT. Now you just tell me both are having CSC degree in their hands. When they go for the interview panel, first they will call IIT student only. But both are having same BTech CSC 70 percentage, and you both are having same kind of degrees in your hand, but they will give priority to call only for the from first of all first priority for the IIT, second priority for you. What is the difference? Why they are giving importance for the brand? Because what companies will believe that two things. You came from central government body. IITs will be monitored by central government. Second thing is, when compared to any other institute, as of now in India, IITs are best for providing the facilities for the each and every student. So ultimately what they will believe is, they know about all the kind of practical exposure. Whether they are using or not secondary, but they have all the facilities. And moreover, it is not that much easy to get seat from the IIT. So many other factor bases, what they will do, they will adjudicate. First, I would like to conduct interview at IIT. Then second priority only, I will come to your university. So how you are differentiate the quality of the student? Why don't you differentiate about by the quality of experience? Even teaching faculty like me. So where do you work? What is your total experience? I am telling you, I am having total of 14 years of experience. So where do you work? I will give you the list of 4 colleges. When I go for the interview, same time another person will come, and he will say like, I am also having 14 years of experience, but I worked in so and so universities. So and so universities have been worked in. At the same time, I worked sometime as a part-time faculty at some government affiliated institute. So ultimately what will happen, they will give importance for who is having experience in university or who is worked as contract faculty at the government institute. Because you cannot able to get job that much easily at the university. You are well qualified and well reputed. So how you are seeing about the quality of experience, here also we need to be recognized, we need to be differentiate your experience. How you are going to be differentiate? By giving the belt. That is a beauty and important concept of the Will Smith. I am going to give you Lean Six Sigma, black belt, green belt, master belt, which is going to be indicating like your experienced person in source of domain. That is also they will mention. He is the person experienced in IT as well as education. So when you go for inside, like an education, again higher education like research level, PG, PhD, in that level, you will able to handle. Even if you talk about technical education, like engineering, non-technical education, like BA, BCom, BSc, if you talk about professional course like MBA, MCA, you will handle by any course. So broader term like an education, but inside, if you go for any other domain, you will be able to handle. Even if we talk about the IT also again we are having a number of platforms. Most of the platforms will be handled by the single person. So that is why quality, when it comes, Six Sigma also to be following, which is going to be giving that based on your experience, they are giving the certifications for you. Now, once the Bill Smith was introduced in the era of 1920 of the concept called Six Sigma, simultaneously he has been focusing on practically we need to be implemented. I hope you are aware about generic motor. Generic motor is one of the very popular company in USA for manufacturing of the four-wheeler cars. In India, we know about Hero company, Maruti company, Suzuki company, like that. Generic Motors is located at is located at USA, but at the same time they are having sales in all over the globe. You know about Motorola company, right? You know Motorola mobiles, but once upon a time the Motorola company was very popular in manufacturing of the engines, four-wheelers vehicles. As we know about BMW car, but actually the company was established for the sake of manufacturing of the machines and flights, choppers. Especially Second World War time, there is a greatest importance for the Air Force. So by the time the BMW company was established and they have created different machines for the choppers, flights. After that there is no war, there is no importance for the flight, and slowly the company was cut down. Later they have been manufacturing on four-wheeler engines, two-wheeler engines, like that they are settling down in the market. Because now the war is gone out, now people are talking about the bio war, pharmaceutical, related. So in future, next generation, we don't know what kind of war will come. But people are predicting like scarcity of the water. Maybe that is right also. Now itself, even in this location, like Pallavaram, certain locations, if there is a rain, they will have water. If there is no rain for continuously 3-4 months, there is no water facility near to this Pallavaram. So they said definitely Third World War you will fight for the water. In the Fourth World War, definitely you will be using stones. In the Fourth World War, definitely you don't have any kind of weapons. You will be using only by stones or any kind of sticks only you will be able to use, because Third World War, if it is happened, it is going to be taken that much of seriousness. Fourth World War time, you don't have anything in your hand. So that is the seriousness of the Third World War. But anyway, after Second World War, the company was come down. They have manufactured by the four-wheeler vehicles, two-wheeler vehicles. Okay. After that, the Six Sigma concept was come to the very past, because when you talk about in India, what are the three important sectors to be required to increase your have you heard this word? What is this GDP? How they will calculate? Okay. At least you know about GDP. That is very good thing, because mostly Indians they don't know. By mistakenly you have seen newspaper or somewhere else you would have come across this word. Have you heard about this one? NI? National income. Okay. GDP is gross domestic product. They will see about all these sectors, income and expenditure. What are the surplus we are having, that is going to be converting in percentage. India is all the time to fight to get GDP between 6 to 9%. Before independence, like 1940s, the country GDP is 33%. Before independence, our GDP is 33%. Now our GDP is fighting 6 to 9%, and especially last year GDP is minus. Because no production, no sales, no salary, many people are unemployed. More than 22 million people are unemployed. They don't have any jobs because all plants are shut down. So GDP was in minus 3%. This is the first time India was facing minus 11%. That is why in the second wave time, the PM was decided, I won't do any kind of lockdown. He has given freedom to the states, chief ministers. Let you decide. If If you want lockdown, you can impose. I won't do any kind of lockdown because the GDP is decreasing. If the GDP is decreasing, ultimately the companies will run away from India. If companies are goes out from India, no jobs for the people. If there is no job, no income. No income means again hunger strike, and many people will die, like in Nigerian countries. You know about Nigerian countries, what will happen? Every day night, 11 members are dying. Night time, they don't have any kind of food, and they will just sleep. When they are sleeping, by the time itself they are dying because they don't have basic food facilities. That is why you will find out any images in Google or somewhere else, which is just like a skull, skeleton. Their body structure because they don't have food facility. Okay, that is a different story. When it comes to the GDP, we are having three important sectors. That is agriculture sector, as you know about the farmers. Second one, industry sector, as you know that companies. Third one, service sector, as you know banking, education, all these things are service sector. So all these sectors has to work properly. But most of the economists were saying like the country GDP is basically depending on industry sector, next service sector. So what the Modi government was decided is we need to go for the rapid development of the GDP. So they are focusing on service sector because service sector we need to spend less amount only. As you are seeing about banking sector nowadays, I never expect the banking sector will come up with the app. Because when I was a student like you, I need to go for the bank for paying the challan. Because I came from the government college, so we need to go for bank, we need to pay exam fee. I'm talking about exam fee. We need to go for the bank, we need to stand on queue, we need to pay exam fee at a specified bank, only state bank. We need to pay challan over there and we need to submit the receipt to the office and then only they will do an exam application form. So by that time we don't have online challan, online DD, online transactions, even net banking also we don't have in the year of 2002. But nowadays they are giving login ID, password, OTP and you can do your transactions. Nowadays the banking sector was very secured one, but they are also giving up to the other kind of non-banking institutions where you can able to call as, I forgot the exact word, I mean called as YONO banking. YONO banking means they don't have any kind of branches. They don't have any kind of head office, but they will do like a banking transaction. Example, Google Pay, Phone Pay, Amazon Pay. They don't have any branches, but they will do all the kind of banking services, which is related to the products only. If you have any kind of transaction related problem, they will give you two important things: one toll-free number, one mail ID. But if anything happens wrong, if you go to bank, if you ask them, they will say like we are not responsible. Because you would have done all the transactions through our banking app. But you have done it Amazon. Go and ask Amazon. But in that way, the e-commerce, the banking sector was grown like anything. So the GDP was increased, then ultimately there is an importance for the industrial sector, service sector. As we know that government is all the time allotting lakhs and crores of rupees for the development of the farmers, but it practically will never happen. Because farmers, they don't know about the banking operations. They don't know that what benefits are given by the government. Only the intermediaries are earning a lot. So ultimately farmers, they are allotting lakhs of crores, but it's not reaching to them. That is why many people, they come out from the farmer business to industries. Next, when you talk about Six Sigma under the methodology. So, if you want to increase your efficiency, if you want to get more experience, now Six Sigma was proposing a methodology. Methodology means if you simply follow these techniques, then definitely you will be able to improve by yourself. But here, two methods are there. So, first method is which is talking about existing things, and second method which is talking about by the new things. So, what is meant by DMAIC and what is meant by DMADB? Now, here DMAIC is standing for D for measure, sorry, D for define, M for measure, A for analyze, I for improve, C for control, which is talking about existing system. If you talk about existing laptop, existing four-wheelers, existing two-wheelers, existing of anything, you want to go for the different types of design. Now, the structure of table was like this. Now, tomorrow we are thinking that we need to go for the new design of manufacturing of the table. So, if you want to go for the new design, again you need to go for define. So, what kind of table? This is in iron. Can we go for the glass or can we go for the wood? One thing we need to be finalized, and then we need to go for the measurement, the dimensions of the table, and then we need to go for analyze whether what is the life of the table once we manufacture. Wood means if you are using at the house or if you are using at the office room, the life will be good. Or if you are using a wooden one at the outside or outdoor, then the life of the wood will be come down. So what we supposed to do? Can we go for glass or by the wooden one? We need to go for discuss and we need to be finalized. So once you decide, okay, fine. Now the structure was like this. So what improvement we want to do in the existing table? Then finally, you need to control by the wastages or by the expenditure. So this is a simple example of the table, but in the company it is not like that. They will talk about a visionary. The visionary value is 1 billion, 1 billion. Lakhs and crores of rupees worth of projects, they will talk about with the help of DMAIC. Because existing project, if you want to do improve or modification, you need to spend lakhs and crores of rupees. Relatively, they will think, what is the return I am going to get? So this is talking about by the existing system. And the next one is DMADB, which is talking about new one. This was not existed. This was not existed, but we are trying to introduce by the new product. When you talk about electronic gadgets, you are talking about three important things like laptop, iPad, mobile phone. Can we see any kind of fourth one? Can we introduce any kind of fourth electronic gadgets where the same features are having by the laptop? Yes. What is that? I don't know. But definitely, the new product we are going to see for the future. I don't know whatever is that. Now we are seeing laptop, iPad, mobile phone. This is important for us for the current scenario. But in the next generation, they will laugh at us. These are all outdated products. These are all outdated products. New product they will be using. What is the product we don't know. How they will got the how they got the new product? It will involved by the DM, KDM. So here also again they will talk about define, measure, analyze, and the third one is designing. Whatever the new product you are thinking, you need to go for design. Once you design, you need to go for the verification. I have seen that BMW car, once they manufacture, they will go for the test drive. 200 times they will do the accident. Once they manufacture the car, intentionally the BMW company will do accident more than 200 times of the car. They will test. Once it was clear, then they will certify that the process what we followed is correct. 200 times. You just imagine what is the damage of the car. So here also we are using this laptop so delicate. So after that we have seen the touch. So far I have seen only the desktop. After joining this college only I bought this laptop. So after I bought this laptop I have seen that no, people are using like a touch. So in future generation you might be or you will see some more advanced thing. Especially when you join an IT company, definitely you will be updated by yourself with the close attachment of the technology. So definitely you will be touch with the technology. So current trends and as well as future trends definitely will be helpful for you. Okay guys, that's all for the day. We'll see rest of the concept for the next class. Okay guys, that's all for the day. You can leave now.
Measure it. Always there is a mostly revolve around more emphasis on mean. More emphasis on mean. How far we are deviating from mean. How far deviating from mean. But once you go to process capability mostly revolve around along with the mean, then there will be a standard deviation. It's more revolve around standard deviation. Sigma. It's a revolve more around sigma. This revolve around more on sigma. There is a metric to measure the sigma. Now, already told you that in total quality management, there are 4 M's there. Men, machine, material, method. When we have any problem in traditional method, mostly the people emphasize more on men. They will less emphasize on whether the process is capable or not, whether the process is within the limit or not, whether it is capable to produce or not. But here, because of improvement of process, we are trying to find whether the process is stable. Here it is morely control chart. We talk about the process is stable or not. But here in process capability analysis, we will try to find the process is capable within the limit. Within the limit. There are so many examples are there for limit as of now. Within the limit or not. But there are 2 metrics to measure, CP and CPK. Another important differentiation which I given in first unit is process quality, product quality. Given that there are difference between the process quality and product quality. Mostly keep in mind in total quality management in Six Sigma, always the people will emphasize on process quality instead of product quality. Traditional system, always they will emphasize more on product quality. We need a product quality. Along with the product quality, we need a process quality. There is a more emphasis, more measurement, and more metric on to measure a process capability. Process quality. One of the Metrics are, one of the metrics are process capability, which measures the improvement of the process. There are two metrics are there, CP and CPK. If you look at Six Sigma will revolve completely on CPK and CP. All the Six Sigma. Actually, the CP and CPK is a statistical measure of process. It is a metric to measure the process capability. Now we will see the difference between the CP and CP, because it is a base for, if you want Six Sigma level. Generally, in total quality management, we are measuring in between the 3 Sigma level. If you exceed to Six Sigma, then that is a metric to measure. To measure the process quality, one of the important metrics are CPK and CP. But it is completely, if it is a total quality management level, then it is a 3 Sigma level. If it is a 6 Sigma, then it is plus or minus 6 Sigma. Now you look over here. From CPK, what you understand from CPK? From CPK, if I understand, there is upper specification limit, lower specification limit, then there is a standard deviation. That is the interpretation of this CPK, which means that this metric try to measure the specification limit, then lower specification limit. Then along with the specification limit, how we identify the specification limit? With the help of voice of the customer or client. For example, someone is ordering the pizza. Means in pizza, they will give the limit as plus or minus 10. Only 10 minutes. Only 10 minutes is given. That is the specification limit. Sorry. Already told you that in college, they are giving the limit as a, assume that you have to come on time as 9:30. We are giving 10 minutes additional for you. That is a specification limit. Plus or minus 10. If a 10 minute is given, plus or minus 10. Someone is ordering the pizza, then within the 10 minutes, it should be reached. Reached to the customer. If it is exceed, then there is a no value for that product. Similarly, in design, if it is a manufacturing, even some limit is given for shaft. Some specification limit is given. In shaft should be plus or minus 10 mm. It should be plus or minus allowable limit is plus or minus 5 mm. Or like this, specification limit is given. How it is defined? Based on the customer. What is the customer? For example, I already told you that for pizza, specification limit is given. It should be within the range. Now, if you look at the CPK, if you look at CP has only the metric of standard deviation. There is no any target at all, which is called mean. If you look at CPK, it has a upper control limit, then population mean, then standard deviation. If you understand CP is only a function of spread, function of variation, which is standard deviation. But if you look at CPK, it's a function of mean, which is target, as well as function of target, mean, and standard deviation, which means it's a function of target as well as spread. How far we are deviating from the mean. Now, if you understand this, then it is very easy for me to define what is CPK say. CPK talks about more on potential, which is standard deviation. When here performance, CPK more talk about the performance, which is about the target, how far you are deviating from the target. Now here CPK, CP is only on limits and specification. But here, since we are using the population mean, here population mean and standard deviation, here only the limits and standard deviation. That is why here limit or standard specification, here mostly centering of the process. Centering is nothing but a mean. Centering is nothing but a mean. Here, because of spread, we can only find a form. But because of spread, we have metric of standard deviation here. Here we have metric of standard deviation here. So we will have a form. Then we have mean also. So it has a location both. Here most on because of standard deviation, we will try to have a spread. But here because of emphasize more on mean, so we have centering. That is why we will try to check whether the capable or not. Process is capable within the limit, which is customer tolerance. But here we will try to find the mean to the specification limit, which is a customer target. Here customer tolerance. What is the customer tolerance? Plus or minus 10 minutes. Plus or minus 10. Within the 10 minutes, the pizza should be delivered. Here this customer target. What is the customer target? What is the customer target? Customer target is to achieve the 10 mobile per day. 10 mobile per day. Here capability is most on variation. Always keep in mind when we try to find the standard deviation, which we call as a spread, always which will talk about the variation. Standard deviation always will talk about the variation. But here we are trying to do the acceptance. Acceptance in terms of variation, in terms of mean. Here, if CP is greater than 1, then process is capable. If it is lesser than 1, then process is not capable. If it is CPK is greater than 1, it is acceptable, which is always conformance to specification. Processes conform to specification. Then here, not lesser than 1 means it is unacceptable, then which we call as a process is not conform to the specification.
Okay, guys. Anyway, in this class, I would like to continue to talk about Dr. Joseph Juran policy. What is his contribution about the development of total quality management? He was introduced a theory called Juran quality trilogy. According to Juran's quality trilogy theory, he was basically focusing about 3 important points. Quality will not come randomly. You need a proper planning. So Juran quality trilogy, in the word trilogy itself indicating we have 3 points. Now the first point is planning, second control, third one improvement. According to Juran quality trilogy, we need a plan. Plan for what? Budget. So budget, how you are going to be allocating for each and every process or each and every sector. Now we need to know very clearly what is our targeted quality, because as of now India, like developing countries, instead of quality they are focusing more on quantity because the purchasing power is low and more quality levels also not much more required. India, like developing countries, they need products by immediate satisfaction for their regular needs. So the financial budget will be creating to meet the desired goals or the required needs of the people. Based on that, we need a planning. US and UK, they will be have purchasing power, and the quality life will be lead over there, and relatively they will plan for high quality products. But here, India like countries, purchasing power is low. So we need plan according to the people requirement. Okay, once you plan according to the needs and requirement and the budget of the people, then what we supposed to do? We need to control about by the quality. Quality should not be too low what it was desired by the buyers. If it is too cheaper, they will refuse to use your product. If it is too costly, again they will refuse because it is high expensive. So moderately cost base, moderately the requirement basis, we need to decide by the medium quality, and quality relatively we need to be have a proper controlling mechanism. It should not be too defective products, it should not be too quality. Moderate quality we need to be required, and that for that we need a strong controlling mechanism. Okay, once you have a good planning, and planning relatively you are started manufacturing, and you are having a controlling mechanism, you are not producing much more products in a defective. For example, you are producing 1,000 products, out of 1,000, 1 or 2 products only defective. So that means indicating like you are having a more quality consciousness, and you are much more focusing on how to save the material. So controlling system is really good. So this has to follow by the companies when they are implementing Joseph Juran technology strategy. Third one, it is talking about improvement. This never end up. Every time they will be have different changes, modification, improvement about by the better product based on the requirement, because horse and donkey will not give the equal work, equal contribution of their work. So what we supposed to do, certain people they will be required more quality, and they are ready to pay according to their work. So that Joseph Juran also was saying like, as per the requirement of the people, if you change the dimension of the quality and quantity, then it will be fulfilled. Best example you can see like Coca-Cola products, which is available in Indian market for PET bottle to 2.25 liter. Now 10 rupees you can have, 35 rupees to 40 rupees you will be having, 75 rupees you will be having. So different requirements, different qualities, they will be provided for the people. Of course, Coca-Cola, we have only one quality standard in India, but anyway, quantity are to be different. So we are also to be upgrading by ourselves by improvement, so that ultimately what will happen, all the level of people are start to buy your product, so that your profits also will be in a good direction. Now, Joseph Juran was introduced another some more points about the development of the quality improvement, and he was all the time to talk about to create more awareness of the need for the quality improvement. Why should we improve the standards of the product? Where the standards of the products are increasing or the quality standards are increasing, from there we can understand the purchasing power, buying power, or the income levels of the peoples are high. Now I told you very beginning, India like developing countries, they will be required not too cheaper products, not too quality product, medium quality. Now you can understand here the level of income of the peoples are not too high, not too low, moderate. So that the India development also you can see not well developed country, at the same time not undeveloped country, moderate. So quality standard, we can take it as one parameter where
most of the people are interested to buy more quality by spending more money, which means indicating the GDP of the country is very high. Income levels are moderate, so that GDP also will be a single digit. Second point, talking about make quality improvement everyone's job. Of course, I told you from the beginning of the all the classes, quality is not a one person job. From the supplier of material to as such as ultimately how it is reaching to the end consumer with a good packing. Everywhere, every person, every intermediary, they're supposed to consider as this is my job. What best I can do for to provide you in a better quality. Third point, create infrastructure for quality improvement. So here, some elements are will be involving directly and some elements are involved indirectly for the quality improvement. Best example you can see like college education. So in the college education, we have accreditation bodies like UGC, AICTE, NAC, NBA. So all these departments, what they will do, they will come to the college by a physical verification. They will come to college and they will see each and every department, what is their infrastructure, how many computers are there, what kind of facilities are getting by the students, how many labs are there, what kind of quality levels are maintained by the department. So they will see the entire infrastructure. So why they are seeing, by if you really have a good infrastructure and a good faculty and good library, and then they will be expecting like what quality will be improved or what level of quality standards will be improved through the students. So a company also what they will do, they need more infrastructure for quality improvement, because in a one location they can store raw material, they can store wastage material, they can store any scrap or something else. In the same place they will be have a stores department. So everything is available in one particular location or one particular plant, which is having a 25 acres, for example. So in the 25 acres, everything is going to available within the limits, so that whenever they want anything, they will be take it and they will do their work. So every time they cannot go for the 40 kilometers, 50 kilometers for getting. So quality improvement, infrastructure facilities also very, very important. Not only infrastructure, we should require machinery, good labor, good employees, a visionary top level management, so that only we can see the quality levels of the product. Next, train the organization in quality improvement techniques. So for this purpose, all the time we should be required on the job training. I hope you heard about HRM subject. In the HRM subject, one of the important chapter is training and development, where we can give the two types of training: on the job training, off the job training. On the job training means already whoever is working at the company for some time for the sake of betterment of their career, or what kind of updates are there in the same job, they will call the experts and they will be provide management development program, where the employee will be understand to learn new techniques or what kind of updates are there in the present job. So he will be implement. Ultimately, it is the greatest benefit for the company, where they want to improve about the quality, or they can give the more competition to the their rivalries. Next point, talking about review progress toward the quality improvement regularly. This is generally done by all the companies. So what companies will do generally, annual body meeting. This is officially happening by yearly once. But apart from that, monthly once or twice, they will be have a review meeting. as you are aware about quarterly report. 3 months once company will be revealing their performance. So once the quarterly once they release their report, they will check pro and cons. What are the reasons for increase or decrease, and where is the gap for the improvement in future? Or they will compare their quality standards or their outputs with the comparison of the other competitive companies. By comparison of like this, they will be understand where they are lag or where they supposed to be improve they themselves. So the review progress meeting also one of the important aspect where regularly we can see the progress or defects of the particular segment. Next, recognize winning team. I already told you we are having n number of departments in the organization. So each and every department will be performing by their best. So once we are seeing how the departments are working and which is the best department, we can find out the best department and we can appreciate them by providing certain awards, rewards. So most of the companies, what they will do, they will appreciate the best employee or they may appreciate about the best department. And this department contribution is really good. Because of this department contribution, and this year our sales are hiked 15 percentage to 25 percentage. So like that, a good words when it was spoken by the top level management or the some other equivalent opposite teams. So they will be having happiness and they will be understand what is reward for their work. So recognizing for the winning teams also one of the important element. Then only the next month they will be working in double energy. Next, last but one, institutionalize quality improvement by including quality. So we are going to be seeing institutionalized quality improvement. We cannot able to tell like what is the quality standard we are maintaining. This is the best quality. Whenever you feel this is the best quality, where it will be start your end. Quality will never be end up in any particular point. Now we are seeing whatever products are the best, but you can see the same products after 10 years. These products are nothing. Now we all are talking 4G is a very good one. After 20 years or after 15 years, you just see by the time we are using 10G or 15G. So what kind of quality improvement will be happen? Immediately you should include in your institution. So that only the development, the growth will be can seen by the companies. Even 20 years back, when government was decided computerization. So earlier, what will happen? Government offices they will be have big books, and they will every day like a Chitragupta, they are writing all the account statements. Now, government was 20 years back, there is a proposal. We are going for computerization. All the employees are refused. We don't want computer because these people are above 50 years or 45 years. They are not at all showing interest to learn the new things. But even though this is computer is a really good one. So government what they decided at any cost we want to implement. Then there is a negotiation between the employees versus and as well as just a minute. Okay, whenever the computer they are trying to implement, by the time employees are rejected, immediately the government was decided clearly. Anyway, we are trying to implement this only. We won't compromise. But by the time government was decided, okay, here and after, whenever we have recruitment, the youngsters they can use by computers, so that when they are conducting entrance examination, by the time itself, computer related certain questions they have been asked, because they are supposed to work with the computers. So later stage, now the present 20 years, after 20 years, now we can able to see all banks, all service sector, all manufacturing, everywhere computers are playing a vital role. All old people gone out, or they are working in somewhere else, still where there is a importance of the books record, and they are doing those work. At the present scenario, everybody is understanding, they learn about the computers and they are implementing. Next, last one, concentration on both external and internal customers. Now here, who are all internal customers, who are all external customers? At this point also we spoke many times. Internal customers means your target audience, your employees and workers of the organization. They're supposed to know about your quality standards. And then we need to focusing on the external. External in the sense of outside of the four walls of the market, four walls of the company. Now where the market will be seeing n number of companies. N number of companies, they will be having a heavy competition, and they will be having a war literally at the market, and finally the best product will be sold out in the market. So these are the important key points which are proposed and introduced by the Juran. Next one is Walter Shewhart. Now Walter Shewhart is very popular by introducing a theory. It is going to called as a PDCA theory. Now what is this PDCA theory? Now P stands for plan, D stands for do, C stands for check, A for act. Now the Walter Shewhart is clearly stating about by the quality control charts like X chart and R chart, Y chart. Now these charts are very important, where we can able to especially to see about the quality standards of the product. Now here, as per Walter Shewhart, before you are doing any quality aspect, you should require a plan. Once you have a proper planning about by your quality, according to your plan, you are supposed to be execute. That is called as a do your work. Carry out all the changes what you have been desired or prepared at the time of planning. So once you start to do about or practically implementation of your plan, by the time you will be understanding some quality misunderstanding or quality related increase or decrease or substandard. Now you need to have a proper mechanism of the checking. So in the observation, you can appoint a quality council member or inspection members, or in practically you can test the product by using the chemicals. You need some sort of check about the product. So once you check about the product, and then you can go for the act. According to the plan, you have been produced. According to the plan, you have checked all the product. Then according to the plan, you need to be act. Act in the sense of all finished products are, it should be go for the market. Now, the important thing is Walter Shewhart is not at all talking about any other thing except by the quality standards of the product. What is the quality standards you have been designed? According to or between the quality standards, the product has to be produced. It should not be more quality or it should not be low quality. If it is exceed or if it is low, the product will be failed. Our product will not be used for any other purpose. That is why, as on date, Walter Shewhart, we are called him as a father of statistical quality control. Next, Dr. Ginch Taguchi. Now, Taguchi also spoke about quality standards. According to him, according to Taguchi, the nominal value of quality characteristics, all the time, the quality should be very, very best according to your target. Sometimes what will happen, your target will be 95% of quality with the X level should be less. So whatever your target, according to that, you are supposed to manufacture the product. You should not find out any kind of deviation. It should not be more or should not be less. So if it is any possible for me, next class I will show you the control charts. So one will be having X diagram and Y diagram will be having a one chart. In between will have a wave type. So the waves should not be touched the above that R axis. It should not be touched below the X axis. If it is touch means ultimately it is indicating quality should be low or the product was failed. So if in case I have any time, definitely I will show that chart so that you will be understand very easily. Second point also is talking about quality should be designed into the product and not inspected into it. See how clearly Taguchi was saying quality should be designing of the product. Whether designing is good or bad, you should not be inspect. If you have a qualitative mission, if you have a quality consciousness, if you are properly taking care of about by the machines or the machines working performance, then ultimately you need not to go for the inspect. That is the reason, as on date also, why we want to save the information in computers, because data will be safe until otherwise if you are doing any changes, data will not be, there is no scope of any tamper or any kind of changes. So if you are so lethargic, you in the sense of humans, or if you done any kind of misdesign or mismanufacturing, and then only we need inspection. That is the reason most of the MNC companies, when they are manufacturing the product, by the time they will be saying like 95% of interference of the machines only. 95% of importance for the machines only. 5% only importance for the humans. Why? Machines will never do mistake until otherwise your instructions are wrong. So Taguchi also very strongly believes like quality should be a good design of the product so that ultimately you can find out the best product. So here the Taguchi was, when he was talking about the design, he was divided into the three important stages, stage 1, 2, 3. So first stage he was talking about system design, second one parameter design, third one tolerance design. So here the system design. So what is this system design? So system design means, first of all, you should have a draft copy or a photocopy. So this photocopy, or very popularly they will call it as a blueprint. Blueprint is a original source where the design was prepared. So the photocopy or the design or the blueprint, it should be very, very good, or it should be a stronger one. Stronger in the sense of without any mistakes, without any errors. A good qualitative design has to be prepared by the manufacturer. Once they prepare, if at all required, and they can able to go for assembling with the system, like they will do with the materials. For example, on paper my design was very good. Now on paper whatever I have the design, and the same design I am going for the materialize. You might seen that nowadays the film industry film industry, before they want to launch or they want to start the movie, they will be have all the designs. For example, hero or actor or actresses or comedian, what kind of dresses they supposed to wear, what is the situation, what kind of background should be there, so what kind of performance they supposed to do. So everything will be having on paper, and after this paper, and they will go for the materialize. For example, I need a beautiful settings in my background. So on paper, whatever designs they have, all these designs are again they are going for on materialize. They need to take the help of on practically cardboards, equipment, plastic or whatever. You need to be take the assistance, and so that material will be materialized. That can be manufactured. So, okay, in materials we have, and we are going to be assembling. And third one, manufacturing process will be start. See, rough draft we are preparing, and we are assembling and checking, and finally it is going for the on manufacturing. So these are the important stages where we can find out by the system design. Every time they will do paperwork and then trial run and finally execution. Next one, parameter design. So what it will happen in parameter design? Parameter design, selecting the nominal of the system, and the system according to the statistical part which was given by the inputs which was given by the designer. According to that, the product was functioning or not. That we need to be understand. Statistical part relatively it has to be work. And the third one, it is talking about the tolerance design. So in the point of tolerance design, we need to be deal. We need to be upgrade of the materials. So whether you are using in a plastic, now next level you can go for using of the iron, or next level you may go for the silver. So whatever the design you have been done, and the design has to be implement or upgrading by the material. For example, we all are wearing gold ornaments. Gold ornaments, or you can find out by the rolled gold ornaments. Have you find out any iron ornaments? Iron ornaments? No, because iron is too weight. So people they won't wear it. And moreover, iron is available everywhere. And we are in the position of upgrading level. Upgrading level, because every time the gold is available, there is no question of gold is not available in anywhere. Gold is available, but rarely it is available. But at the same time, rarely available, so the price is going to be very high. So the material also we supposed to be used on the basis of the importance or by the requirement. Okay, guys. Next class we'll continue customer satisfaction model. Any questions or any doubts, any clarification should be required, please let me know.